Radiant team pick.
And you're like, wow, this Inkswell buffs, these added up. Suddenly in the laning stage, back when Grimstroke originally came out, if you guys remember, Inkswell was like the most broken ability.
By far, yeah.
That thing was disgusting, and it's getting back to that point. And they also gave him the talent that some people are taking at level 10, which gives you the extra 100 damage. And in the mid game, if it goes like full tick, it's like a 500 damage nuke.
It's pretty good.
As well as a 4-second stun, I think, something like that, 3 point something.
Yep, we saw permaband against Beast Coast until the last game, and we saw why in that last game. This year, as you said, like laning phase, you have big team fight as well. The hero checks a lot of boxes.
Riki, Lycan, Phantom Lancer, there are a lot of safe lane cores that are still in there that can really take advantage of the Inkswell. What I think is really cool about NIGMA's setup is they pick up this Nature's Prophet, right? Then they counterpick it with Ember Spirit. Okay, we've got a way to deal with the split pushing without losing our 5-man necessarily. Plus, we've got a lot of wave clear between our follow-up picks, but this Nyx Assassin punishes those heroes that play solo to stop a side lane push, right? He's like one of the perfect gankers in that regard, especially if you have some AoE abilities. So he still is really good here.
It's funny,
especially with the Grimstroke.
Keeper of the Light used to be so bad against Nyx because you used to go like the maxed chakra as well as Illuminate build.
Yeah.
And now it's just not nearly as good.
Yeah.
Because Keeper of the Lights are hardly ever pushing with it.
Oh.
And they go, what the heck? So this is a one position bounty or prophet, right?
Oh,
it's officially confirmed that this is about the most low cooldown brawl lineup we've ever seen. And there's the Lycan.
3 Lycans there in 3 European games. They seem to still value this hero pretty heavily.
It's a pretty damn good Lycan game, to be fair. They have absolutely no AoE other than the axes from Beastmaster. So even though I've said I'm a bit skeptical of this hero, if it's a really good Lycan game, I'm a firm believer that this hero is broken if its summons can run freely in fights and hit people, because that ultimate damage with the crit built in and everything on his summons is pretty insane.
So the Lycan was one of the heroes that I suggested, and it really fits into that dynamic that NIGMA did not want to play against. They banned Death Prophet and Pugna. They do not want this like heavy 5-man push, especially since with their lineup of Nature's Prophet, Bounty Hunter, Nyx Assassin, their team fight is not very good. They're really looking to be able to get into small skirmishes and split you up as much as possible. And OG with this lineup is trying to just force it. There was a suggestion from Mr. Blitzdota.
Yes.
He said Tinker.
For NIGMA.
Think about that synergy, right? You've got 2 globally teleporting around heroes. You've
Tinker
got
Beastmaster has been a thing.
Beastmaster, Hawk.
Tinker Beastmaster is actually an SA thing. Back when Tinker was pretty decent, I specifically remember against playing like scrims and stuff against SA teams, and they always picked Beastmaster Tinker, and that is real scary with the vision provided on top of the fact that you have like one hero that's the stun split pusher and the other hero that takes care of the dangerous farms, enabling all the aggressive heroes to play on the map.
And you want something to like have like D-push and in general just kind of put some roadblocks up in front of this OG team fight.
The only issue I have though is that his like laser ags and stuff doesn't bounce on summons. So
I agree.
At that point, like you might just get ran over by.
That's what I was gonna say. Isn't this first 20 minutes pretty tough for Tinker?
It's not. It's just the fact that as of right now, look at fights. Like look at 5-on-5s. If a group of 5-10 summons runs at anybody, what do they do other than maybe Nyx Impale, and that doesn't really kill them?
Yeah.
You need, in my opinion, some like some heavy AoE for these.
Anything to sit in front of towers and feel confident about being able to defend. So
we saw first pick overall Timbersaws yesterday, and now we're seeing a 10th pick Timbersaw against 2 strength heroes, and quite frankly, no obvious way to kill him. It looks gonna be a Lycan mid. It's Sumail has queued up the Ember Spirit.
33
is
33 Lycan makes a lot of sense. He always plays.
It's him and Brew though. I was actually surprised. I'm like, oh wait, they have 2 33 quote unquote when he like played on Optic heroes, but so we'll be Seb on Brew. Guys, this is the first. It is NIGMA versus OG, and it looks to be very fast-paced. Is it going to be a fast-paced match? Yeah. And who are you favoring?
Just basically look for OG to force objectives. Weeha's going to always plant himself in front of them. They don't have the best protection for him, but they are super low cooldown. So if OG eventually is not allowed to 5-man, the pickoff is going to be insane from NIGMA. So I definitely favor, in my opinion, OG, but NIGMA's draft is something I'm unfamiliar with. You have Nyx Assassin, Bounty Hunter supports, and Nature's Prophet carry. So either way, this is a nice new take on this patch, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it feels easy to back the what you expect. You know, we've seen a lot of team fight lineups so far in the regions we've covered. That's what's been winning. We haven't seen anything like NIGMA's lineup being able to achieve victories. So I'm also leaning towards OG, but excited to see what master plan Kuro has for this game.
And it should be a damn good one. NIGMA versus OG, game number 1. Strap your hype boots on and get ready. We're going to throw it over to the casters. It will be Dakota and Blitz.
Thank you so much, Grant. Don't worry, my hype boots are on, undies are also on, and this is an exciting time. I'm joined by Blitz, of course, and we have the pleasure of bringing you OG versus NIGMA. This is a hell of a matchup, Will. Now, based on the draft, we're seeing potentially some high-speed action here. Our current odds do have favor for NIGMA in this one, 1.5 to 2.4. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I actually think the OG's lineup is pretty good. I think this Coddle pick is, aside from like the mix, I think it's not bad. They needed to deep push. But I do agree with your assertion that they're going to run at each other, because I think both lineups have to play aggressively.
Absolutely. You know, things seem that they could have played at a slower pace for OG up until the Lycan certainly got dropped. We know plenty about that hero from the little adaptations we've seen from some of the other regions. And speaking to that, our lineup overall for both these teams, it's a little bit of something old that we've seen and a little bit of something new. So I'm very excited to see their take on these lineups. The Bounty Hunter Nyx support duo, not something you see every day, but could be
fan of that.
quite annoying. I'm interested to see NIGMA's take on it.
Yeah, I think so. Bounty Hunter is a hero that has a lot of upside, which is the gold. It's a good vision hero, but I feel like him and Nyx Assassin kind of overlap in what they want to do. I think this is going to probably be the most value Necro 3 of all time, just because he's going to look at Kuro and GH, and I feel like if OG just 5-man at a reasonable time, which OG is very good at doing, I think they're just going to lose, and we're going to see the return of Sumail to mid lane. It's a pretty exciting time, so it looks like 33 is going to be playing carry.
Oh yeah. Sumail versus Weehot in the mid lane. Sumail with a much better block. The tower already going to be aggroing onto the wave, so he'll have that little bit of an initiative, but these are all-star players right here. I'm really excited to see how things unfold. Can't help but feel like then that means that Weehot does need to step up on this Timber Saw, because if OG are able to set a very fast tempo and are suddenly forcing NIGMA indoors, I don't even look at their lineup as something that can hold the line really strong. They need to be on the offensive themselves and keep the tempo going.
Oh, 100%. I think this mid lane matchup, by the way, the last time I saw it was actually, I think at a summit where the Timber Saw ended up dominating. So I'd imagine that's why they picked it. I mean, they picked it last overall because they knew it was going to be against the Ember mid, trying to give it the best possible matchup. I would imagine that it's pretty hard for Ember to ever get a kill, and it's just kind of hard for him to trade. So I feel like this Timber Saw is pretty annoying for him. And meanwhile at bottom, this Beastmaster off-lane mind control, I think he's just really good at all the summon-based heroes. Normally I see him on the Nature's Prophet because I think he might be the best NP in the world, but it's in fact going to be the miracle carry Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet now stepping off from the Lycan. No-Tail needs to be a little bit careful. Oh my goodness, he got greedy. He went in for the chakra, and he will pay the price. GH is waiting around the corner for you, old man.
I think he anticipated oh, he's going to get a courier too? No. There's 2 couriers, in fact, coming, and he's going to ping them. But got quite a lot of value there. And Soxon's at bottom trying to force somebody down here. They don't want Liquid to do this tri-lane any longer, if possible. But Grimstroke plus Brewmaster, I don't really know if that threatens Beastmaster too much. I think Beastmaster is just like one of the best heroes in this patch right now.
Definitely. And with the assistance of that boar, it's almost just boar versus Grimstroke while it's up. And Beastmaster could still creep in the CS from time to time where necessary.
And Sumel's got to be careful. He's getting really low.
Oh, Weehaw taking it to him right now. It forces out the chains, which is just enough. But
Sumel doesn't have any regen right now. No, he's just waiting. And he's got like this optimistic bottle shoot up. And Curl's actually going to snipe him. He doesn't have Janata. Ah!
Damn, Curl from the shadows. Another shadowy play coming out from NIGMA as they snipe another weak and wounded OG member.
Good call by him to not go for the Janata, actually. That might hurt his game a little bit, but the solo kill Shuriken toss is going to mean quite a bit. Not really sure what he wants to do now.
I mean, Curl's still floating around this mid lane too, so, you know, whether that be NIGMA recognizing that nipping Sumel's potential in the bud could mean more success for NIGMA in the long run. Right now, Sumel really taking it to Weehaw.
I mean, this lane is really hard for Ember, as we're seeing already. It's just because he can't trade. And he canceled the Sal!
Get that Sal out of here!
Ah, man, he does not want to play in this game right now. He has no gold. He has no Sav coming. He really expected to be able to get the ball off of his next Sal.
Oh my goodness.
And Weehaw's having the freest time ever, just chilling. Good news for OG, though, is his bottom lane, in fact, is going incredibly well for this Brewmaster. Beastmaster is getting zoned out. Thought he'd get okay levels, and once he got 3, he'd be
Hustling forward. Good setup with the Inkswell, with the stomp. Salve to try to mitigate the bit of damage, and it's good enough for mind control to create the space and be fine. Up top, I'm seeing a little bit of shenanigans here. No Tail having to bump back GH a bit. It's enough to create the bit of space, but man, they are certainly sweating on each other. Zoom out with the remark. What is this? Sad face ping and this. And, you know, everybody's got a little bit of buffer lag. This is just the situation we're in. It's online Dota.
He said what?
Me too.
Cairo Life. Yeah, he's in Egypt right now. Him and the manager moved there from, we were in Berlin together at one point. All in the same tiny little neighborhood.
ISPs, as Grant says, not all are created equal, and depending on where you are in the connection server, you're just going to be playing with a little bit of a handicap or not, but that's, again, that's just where we are. Sumel trying to make the most of it. Here he comes. Now assistance on the way.
What is this dive right now? This is
going to be a time. Yeah, Sox is here. A bit far.
Former teammates bowing it out.
Oh yeah, good call. A little bit of lore factor here, but Weehaw should be able to walk away. The machine holds strong. Got 3 points of reactive armor.
These guys played together for 2 years.
Kuro stepping in, looking to show himself, seeing if they can maybe turn around onto Saksa, and that seems to be the case. Weehaw should be able to jump in. Sumail, can he bail out? Yes, he can. Hits him with the chains. Turn around.
I don't think Weehaw dying though.
Oh, the snipe from afar, not going to be nearly enough damage to take down Weehaw's Timber, and No Tail is also forced to summon in mid lane, just in case.
I really like how Weehaw's playing. He's just being very aggressive, hitting non-stop, and Kuro grabs the regen rune. I think Sumel hates him at this point. It's just like, please make my life easier. Stop doing this to me.
They've felt totally comfortable just like leaving Miracle to his own devices for the most part in this top lane on his Nature's Prophet. He's third in CS, you know, just behind Weehaw and where Seb currently stands. Seb with a huge amount of CS, 42 and 20 right now on that Brewmaster. Top, here we go. Blinding bump back from No Tail. But, yeah, you know, Kuro and GH, quite pesky. All right. Sprouts out. Immediate takedown as he uses the quelling blade. And here comes comes Seb, making his debut to the top lane. He's level 6, and he says, I got the boys here, and starts to go on a chase here on No Tail. Potentially going to be sniped down from Kuro on the back lines. He's digging deep for it while the chase is on the other side. Miracle now getting muscled down from the Bears. No Tail does end up falling. Miracle. Oh, the rock is there. They find the connection. The chase continues. They don't have the damage. They don't quite have enough to get the finish. They can't clean the plate.
That was the Bruce split that was used, and somehow mid lane, Sumail plus the addition of Saksa is going to get a kill on the Timber Saw. That's pretty massive too, and he's going to leave the bottle on the ground for the Keeper of the Light to pick up. Well done overall. It looks like Beastmaster finally got afforded some space down here, but probably the bigger thing was that they didn't lose Prophet, and Miracle's going to immediately TP down. We talked about the global presence and their pushing power. NIGMA really wants to just take fights all around the map. They just want to like keep running nonstop, split them up where they can, and they push so quickly. Like that's the advantage of having both Beastmaster and Nature's Prophet. The Kato is too underleveled to have too many levels of blast. Exactly. So it's not like early game is going to be able to stop them from being able to do this.
And even if he blasts, you have Carapace and stuff on the other side. It could end up doing them more harm than good.
Yeah, I think he wants to get it. The problem is you want to max Chakra Magic. Yeah, it's very efficient, but he might decide to go like 3-1-2 or something like that.
Kuro behind enemy lines has been spotted out, getting away with a lot. And OG finally put him in his place.
Okay, No Tail, what's your play? I wonder. He's gonna blast the other side. He's gonna blast from left to right. He's juking like crazy. Yeah, he doesn't have Chakra yet.
You can't do this to me. Oh, yes, we certainly can.
He's finally dead.
Yeah, it's going to be certain struggle as a Coddle in this game, and if NIGMA keep ramping up the pacing like you're talking about, all they certainly have to do is play around the Bruce split. Instead of the Bruce split was committed to top lane, now they've been really putting their pedal to the metal.
Yeah. There's some cool interactions, by the way, with when you sprout somebody and then early death.
Oh, you're right.
Spear damage.
Yes.
Oh, and Weehawk might have
overstayed in the mid lane a bit, but man, this guy is a siege engine. Yeah, they just cannot crack him.
There's another interaction, by the way, with the Nature's Prophet trees. If you eat one, it counts as a planted tree. Oh. So if you eat it like a tango, it gives you the bonus duration, just in case anybody was unaware.
I remember something about Whirling Death where you get the bonus damage still now, even if you don't hit the tree. But can't remember if it's pure through and through, but I know they changed it so that he gets the benefit without having to be around the trees the whole time. But whether the case, just a very shy network advantage right now for NIGMA, but they are the team that seem to be certainly in more control of the map, of the pacing, as stepping off and starting to do a bit more rotations.
It's bonus damage per cut tree now.
Yeah, the Sprout, I imagine, would definitely boost it by a lot. 10 minutes on the nose, and it's a fight for the outpost at the top as Kuro tries to take it, but Sumail will make him pay the price.
And he's going to pick up a bounty rune for his troubles. Not doing too bad on this Ember Spirit. Still ahead of the Beastmaster by quite a bit. Looks like all three cores are doing sort of okay on the side of OG.
Weehawk not quite able to catch the chain as Sumail steps in. Again, the bump was there from No Tail. And the blast comes forward. And they drop him. It doesn't look like it. There it goes.
That was really well done by No Tail. That blinding light to push him further away.
Very, very good.
Immediately going to smoke. I think they pinged that smoke. I have to imagine they did it in front of vision. If they do have a high ground ward on the left there, Dakota.
Pretty certain GH was the one to ping that one out.
Yeah, they straight up did it in front of vision. It doesn't look like they care too much. And as a result, the Beastmaster is going to run top, which I think is the right idea.
Yeah, him and Miracle already there, already going to be on top of that tier 1 tower. We know how valuable that tier 1 top can be for the Radiant.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid fights right now.
The second one shows up, what do? They Delta split, and they hightail it out of there, but at the same moment, it's No Tail going down, way down south.
And Mind Control doesn't have a TP, and that's why Seb was willing to pop his Bruce Split for this.
Seb's into action, side on the Beastmaster here. He does commit the roar to try to make a hasty escape.
I think he might be okay. That's for sure.
Oh,
He's gonna get blocked by the wolves.
The wolves. I thought you were on my side as Beastmaster. Nah, we have our alpha leader.
He's fine.
And he's good.
Wow, he popped the split so early on set. There's no TP on mind control. I feel like he could have waited a few seconds at least.
Now NIGMA can really kind of go unleashed for the next few minutes. Or, you know, as the set split was already committed, you see NIGMA call to action in the mid lane, adding heavy pressure onto Sumail. He will have to step off a bit. But where they were able to take down that top tier 1, now they've already got a mid tier 1 taken. Now credit to OG, while it feels like are able to kind of push forward on some of these objectives sooner. OG are keeping the net worth still pretty even.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of farming. Seb obviously still has a very good game. He had a very advantageous lane, hasn't died yet, hasn't really been punished. This Lycan is just farming the woods, so he's doing okay too. And Ember Spirit has had some nice comeback kills.
Oh, so bubbly!
Oh, so bubbly.
NIGMA trying to prevent this offshore account in the jungle that's going to OG right now. We see Kuro and GH always kind of poking around to see what's going on in mid lane. Weehaw and Seb kind of going toe-to-toe a bit. With Soxa nearby. Looks the queue up play here for the Timber, and it looks like he's going to be heading his way towards a pipe this game. Hearing the heavy magical damage output from OG. He's a little bit of utility for the team. And now suddenly most of OG have congregated to the mid lane. They're making their approach, looking to go in for Weehaw. They commit the win. Sumail's here. Let's look at the trying to go for a big stub. 1 on 5. Look how tanky this man is.
That was 1 on 5, and they popped so much to try to take him down.
My goodness. NIGMA tried to recoup from this in some way. I know Nichols trying to get his way through the top lane, but GH in trouble. He will be the +1.
Sumail's going to pick up another kill, and look like they want to pop a minute. Seb, again, you just see is not afraid to pop the swords.
This is very OGS. The non-stop thirst for blood. They are running it from 1 to 1 to 1. Just don't even show yourself, NIGMA. Wait for the hastiness to come.
I think they will defend the tower, though. Think about how hard it was for them to kill Weehaw in the first place.
Now they don't have a lot of that ammunition in the tank to work with. Weehaw does step into the mid lane, mind control. On the top of the roar.
That was so cool.
Onto Seb, they do. He commits the roar. That's when Sumail jumps in with a nice little set of chains, and 33 pops the shapeshift, and they decide to run in for round number 2. They're chasing GH out and around the corner. Here comes Kuro. Goes into his. Weehaw has to step back and assist with his allies. His 33 is just going pretty deep, and it's just a bit all over. Objectives elsewhere. Oh, they're going to go for Weehaw, and they should be able to take him down. That's back-to-back takedowns. Sumail with a wicked 6 streak, and they're not done yet.
This is EU Dota at its best.
My God, this is what we have waited for.
They are just fighting. No one is hitting creeps anymore on the side of OG. They have decided enough is enough. And with the DD room and no armor stacks on that Timber Saw, the last time they killed him, it was so difficult because he had it fully built up. He was even on the low ground, and it took them like 10 minutes of hitting us. We're going to look at the replay.
The moment of brilliance, if you will.
We're going to see that was a pretty cool move by Weehaw, who plants the tree so he can Timber Chain towards it. But they don't really hard commit. They land a stun, and they just sort of run away. I thought that was going to be Weehaw running in, and instead, they just kind of got ran over here. Kuro finishes his TP. He still has a DB room. Weehaw gets isolated out, not a stacks, trying to press forward, gets chained up, and he just kind of gets wailed. You can see that he was building up the stacks, but you need to have them for quite some time for the regen and for the armor to really matter and kick in.
And for the time being, like, Weehaw is the damage that they have. So if they see that he's going to be in check, there's no reason OG should just not go unleashed, because Miracle is doing other business. He is clearly not looking to get involved whatsoever with these fights. He is building up into a Desolator and BKB for this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, he's going to need to be fat if they're going to want to fight, because they haven't brought him in, and he's their most farmed hero by far, Dakota.
Yep.
And he was not in that mid-fight. He did not want to participate. They're going to get spotted, though, in the road pit, and I don't think this is something that they can give up for free, and that's why OG is going to back out for the time being.
Yeah.
They're going to run back in pit now.
This is where things
a little bit careful.
careful. Could be awkward for NIGMA and their support staff. You know, they have no real way to try to combo break any potential team fight at the Roche pit. They're just kind of sneaking around and looking to find the opening. You know, yeah, Kuro can get off a couple of tracks and get that bit of intel.
Yeah, they have one really big weakness, and that's their team fight is sort of mediocre because you have a bounty hunter Nyx support duo and you have a position Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet doesn't scale with levels, he scales with items. That's the benefit of the hero, is that he out-farms you, he can roll you around the map as he wills. He's just going to be in dangerous spots in the map farming because it's hard for you to catch up to him. And he punishes you when you try to go for 5-mans by taking towers faster than you two. But if they can't do anything.
Just swarmed and surrounded Weehaw yet again, and in classic OG fashion, Seb letting him know. Chat wheel. Right?
Like, look at this.
Look at this. They see something, they smell something, and they say, I gotta have it, and they take it. Kuro, just as we even see that he's in the perimeter, it's just evaporated.
Yeah, my old team used to call this like dot running. You know, you see a dot on the map, and you don't really think about anything except eliminating the dot from that map. That's all that matters. Just run at the dots on the map. It'll all kind of figure itself out.
Sounds close, awfully close to Devi running, which is more or less, feels like the same.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
full
much is.
Devi mode here from OG. Yeah, Plan B for NIGMA is going to be an interesting one. I imagine that mostly hinges on Miracle and his Nature's Prophet. Whether it's trying to get this split pressure. I mean, he did manage to snipe down tier 2 bottom lane, but, you know, I don't know if this is going to be similar to the glory days of Bulldog Nature's Prophet, take the game back style or not.
Oh, look at this. This could be massive. This is a really big split. And in fact, they're going to go for GH instead. He doesn't have anyone to get out. He's going to get changed up. That's going to be another stack for Sumail's Spirit Vessel, which he already has 5 charges in.
He has a huge bounty on the Sumail, so if somehow NIGMA can manage to bring down this Ember Spirit, they will be rewarded for it. But it's not an easy task here.
Yeah, I think that mid defense by NIGMA was a really big problem because you can soft defend in Dakota, but I think going in for like a straight up 5v5 is questionable because it's really difficult for them to fight. And I don't think the game, in the mid game, like their lineup is meant to fight. Like what is Nyx bounty supposed to do against Necropod 3s? Like that's always been Nyx's issue, is when a team gathers as 5 and just pushes you down. You can't really do anything about that. He's got no way to dispel the Spirit Vessel. Oh goodness, Weehaw really does swarm Weehaw again here. Committing with a Will-O-Wisp. Jumps out the other side. That's another Bruce split. And look at how Seb, he's just moving around. He sees anybody, even if it's early.
But it's only onto Little Fox on the side to lock him in his spot. He's able to continue to nuke it down from the high ground. 33 will be able to finish off GH. Onslaught continues here. They will follow up with a takedown onto Mind Control beyond godlike now. Sumail's Ember Spirit.
And they just continue to fight. Even though the names are a little bit different, Dakota, the playstyle, and
That is the same.
you have to give a lot of credit towards like Seb and Notel, who are the architects of a lot of this aggressive, you need to be able to fight. Something that Notel always preaches is you want heroes that can always fight at some point. Like that's what's going to deter Dakota. It's going to keep them
Who is that? It's is that Weehaw? We may have to deal with this one in a different way. That was the number 1. That was what we were waiting for. That was the dark horse for NIGMA.
I'm really surprised.
I didn't even get to see him do anything.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that he decided to come fight. After all the talking we've done on their inability to take a 5-man.
Yeah, bottom was pretty open. He could have been down there doing some serious work.
That would have forced the 5. That's what you want as a Nature's Prophet. You want to threaten that tier 3 tower. The odds are going heavily. Yeah, walking away from NIGMA. And dispel this Spirit Vessel, he just dies.
Maybe I can get a little bit of push out mid lane while they finish that Roche. And before he can even finish the thought in his mind, they're already on him.
Yeah, they picked up what feels like 1 kill in the last 10 minutes. That kill on the Keeper of the Light. They've actually gotten 2 in the last few minutes here, but
Dire's top tower is under attack.
just again the inability to take the 5-man means that you have to commit
Dire's top
to
tower
this
is
split push style. That's kind of why I thought they would take something like Tinker. I felt like they needed something to deal damage too, but just not really getting a whole lot going. And now there's almost a fully picked up Radiance for this Ember Spirit. 33 has been performing very well on this Lycan.
Oh, just don't stop. Oh, they do pop the smoke. There, you know. In this instance, I imagine, is happy to be the sacrifice that means stopping what could have been a very scary potential gank. Oh, bottom, we got trouble. 30. Can they finish him off before the rest of the OG troops get here? He's sneaky. He's got that Butler and 43. We can't seem to break it. And now Timber, who is supposed to be the big iron machine, falls apart like paper mache.
Yeah, he really needs something to dispel that Spirit Vessel. And now there's so many charges on Sumail that I don't even know if one basic dispel matters. It's 7 charges so far. And now Miracle is hard. They're just splitting the map with mind control, and I think this is the right idea. You see mind control parked at top. Miracle's pushing it mid. They want to play away from OG at all times now, and OG doesn't have anybody that has travels, I think, so it's a little bit hard for them to keep up with this. That's why they haven't just completely run over the map and taken all the tier 2 towers. In fact, they just lost the tier 1 tower bottom. Before that, they had only lost the tier 1 mid tower. That's how much pressure has been on them in the map.
Yeah, it feels like OG are just getting everything they want. You know, it's something that we'll have to look back as this game will finish eventually and reflect on what NIGMA's game plan overall was. I mean, certainly they were very annoying in the lane phase, enough so that Sumail had to all chat about it. And I imagine that was what they wanted to succeed, but as you see things play out, they were not able to get much more on top of it. It's 33 just gobbling up the little bounty hunter.
Right, he has 9 deaths or something on Kuroki.
2 and 9 and 2.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's more than a third of their deaths right now, and it doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon.
He's got to feel pretty useless, unfortunately, and you know, gotta say the same even for GH. What can Nick's assassin do in these kind of games? And aside from split push these lanes, you see all of NIGMA just scattered throughout the whole map, trying to stall out the pressure from OG where possible.
Yeah, it's really problematic that
They did manage to spot out Miracle, and Sumail's taking it to him. He's going to be forced to BKB TP out.
still a 10-second BKB charge, and maybe they get something out of this mid.
Yeah, why not? Let's go to him. We know Miracle just had to bail out. We know he doesn't have a BKB. We found GH, and I don't care if I have to commit to this story. We will do it.
I think there's several that popped his ulti by now. He really loves doing that. That's his power move.
Says the boys are here and we're ready to play.
I love this clown. Like, they just run at each other. It's like Clown Fest Dota.
Yeah.
But it's like very structured and good team fights. Like, OG are just, no matter what iterations they've had, they've just always been good at team fighting. And that apparently just continues to extend here as Sumail. And he hasn't been playing mid for a while, but really just looks like there's been no drop off.
Yeah, I know. It is just the first game, but it's hard to not imagine that OG are just going to be the same team, essentially, regardless of who is on it.
Yeah, of course, Thompson and Anna and Jax could be going to pick up a kill on set. That's pretty big. But if they actually win the team fight, that's the most important part.
Very true. And as 33 muscles on, they're picking up kills right now. They are able to scrap down the takedown.
Soxa's dead too.
Soxa.
They finally got split up, and that was the fight that they were looking for. There's no roach for them to take, but maybe they continue to look for some kills, and in fact, they smoke up. Oshi just got a little bit too over-aggressive. At some point, they are going to take a fight, and 33, he's got to go back for the spider legs, and this might just cost him his life.
Yeah, it just may. He has no shift, no way out.
That's so unlucky.
And that is your top net worth in the game going down.
He was going to run away. You could see him go to the right, and he saw the spider legs drop. Wasn't sure what he was supposed to do. Then he comes back for it. That was a hefty amount of change, and No Tail's going to get tracked up now, but they're not going to be able to continue this. And finally, some breathing room for this team.
check out the replay of NIGMA's moment of brilliance where they're able
Look
to
how
get
far
a
he
good
is from
team
the rest
fight.
of his team.
Yeah. I don't know if we need to call it, say, overconfidence, but Seb certainly was out past his leash a bit there. He had Soxa nearby, but as we saw with NIGMA in full force, they were able to capitalize on the advantage in numbers. And they got it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He thinks so much of NIGMA's deaths. But how much do you think that matters? Probably not too much. If there is somebody to die, why not the 5 bounty hunter?
Yeah.
There could be worse targets for them to lose. He's taking some deaths. I think OG is going to have a little bit of problems going high ground for the time being because they always have to deal with this Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster.
For sure. Uh-oh, bottom lane. Is actually coming up with some
Aegis anymore.
Oh my goodness.
That is
a lot of money. And guess who pocketed it?
Look at that
It's
jump.
Miracle.
Tower is under attack.
This is OG now. This could be the worst sides of them where they just kind of die trying to go for a little bit too much.
Dire are scanning friends.
And Sumail that was a huge pickup. He was completely alone in their base, and then he just got roared and died.
Yeah, you don't want to underestimate NIGMA's capability of taking advantage of a misstep like that. They will step on your toe.
They don't have detection for mind control. They're going to run into Weehawk here. And I think NIGMA can make the fight. It is going to be a 4-on-5.
Oh, he comes up and ground. Stepping in. Like you said, Sumail, a call to action for him. The will-o-wisp being committed. Miracle just barely able to make it out. They will blast down Kuro, and at
What
that,
do they get for this? Looks like nothing, really. They get Kuro for like the 11th time.
so what can they even do? They'll try to maybe make a call to push bottom, but Miracle's already way up north, adding pressure yet again to the top lane. So how far are OG really going to be able to go?
Yeah, and for as much as we were praising OG, I probably just forgot myself. NIGMA is still a very good, disciplined team. They're not going to make this easy for you.
No, certainly not. And as we already saw 2 times now, you know, confident. You can try to be overzealous. Capitalize on your mistakes. Weehawk now, bit of pursuit here. Sumail, Remnant's
very low on
forward.
mana.
How far do they want to chase for this?
And he's going to TP out. He's got an Arcane Rune. He'll be alright. And Miracle is thinking about sticking around in this area. Their lack of boots of travel, though, on the side of OG is really getting a bit difficult. And this is a pretty good pickup, too. Sox is not underfarmed. They're going to get 300 gold for that.
Back, jump in from Seb in the mid lane. He gets an extra boost of mana there from No Tail, which he did need, but Miracle is going to be able to slide to the high ground. But Sumail on the chase, gets the chase down on the Miracle. And now, Miracle he's so ready to go for No Tail, but it's not going to happen. He that entire time. After the chase, was going to be able to make it away and didn't anticipate Sumail's pursuit, but when OG decided to make the call to fight, you know the Warriors are going to be there to take it to him. Weehawk now forced to Timber King to the high ground. He is far from home. Can he somehow slip away from this one?
We get chain stuff. I have to imagine this is his death. Yep. And they're just going to go right back to taking a hold of that lead. Crow's going to steal that invis and probably die for that. I mean, he's pretty fast. Might be okay, actually. He's really quick.
Don't want to pursue. Even though the Necrobook just came up, it's not worth the chase.
Yeah, their main stun is not there, and that is the Ember Spirit Chains.
Mind control.
Cut the wave.
He's pushing out bottom, and it looked like he may try to cut that mid lane, but decided to not do that. Now OG have descended into the high ground here. Flip comes out, but Seb starting to look away on the tier 3. Here's a stun. On to Sumail. Oh, nice. Step just after the blinding light. Oh, but they've already made the catch on to Kuro, and he is gone. GH is forced to get himself back into the safety of the fountain, but the Raxes have fallen. What about bottom lane? Half damage on that tier 3, but Seb is looking to power move mind control pay. He powers out the boys. Commits the split. There's a roar though from mind control. He's trying to find a safety closet here to maybe TP out from, but Seb, he's spotted. Seb is chasing. Don't do this. Oh, gets the stomp. Jukes on jukes on jukes. He's so close to having his Shadow Blade back up. Oh, not able to make it out.
That was an intense amount of critting.
I'm sure Seb would have been very frustrated if he committed so much just for mind control to make it away, so gotta feel good that he ultimately does take him down, but as acknowledged already, you know, NIGMA making him work for it, continues to add the side pressure where possible, but the real base damage has now been done from OG, wiping out that mid lane. You know, don't get me wrong, NIGMA have plenty of wave clear abilities, so this game is not over yet.
Arcane Rune picked up on Sumail. Looks like he wants to get a Linken's, does not want to get roared. That is the only way he feels like he's going to die, or some sort of single target item by the Nature's Prophet.
Man, look at OG. They just turned straight up and ran as a collective.
Run at dots, man.
Did you see someone over there? I thought I saw someone there. Go!
It's entertaining because it forces the enemy team to fight. And NIGMA don't want to fight. I feel like this lineup will work against a lot of teams right now.
They struggle. They can push in the lane, so they're just going right to the bottom. They take it to tier 3, which is so they get in and they quickly swarm onto the GH. Sumail TPs to the bottom lane to deal with the pressure there, but they've already lost a Rax on this side. Rax in that bottom lane. He will be keeping TP back in. Sumail makes his return from the Remnant. We are right under Will with lots of pressure from OG. It's 33, chopping away little metal bits and gets the finish. 2 from NIGMA go down. They find that buyback. Are they going to have to commit it? Yes, Weehaw uses the buyback. GH not able to make it back inside. He does fall. OG
Sometimes their over-aggression can get the best of them. We saw that at bottom.
5 seconds. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? It's Dire's turn to ban. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Dire's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to ban. Just who am I? 10 seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to ban. It's Dire's turn. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to pick. It's Dire's turn to pick. Dire should pick now. It's
10. Gyrocotter!
seconds. 5 seconds. What's Radiant's band plan anyway? 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Just who will Dire ban?
But
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Dire should pick now. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's pick.
Earth Shaker.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Dire's turn to pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's pick.
NIGMA.
10 seconds. It's Dire's turn.
Anti-mage.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Radiant's turn to pick. Dire should pick now.
Red Rider!
10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Legion Commander.
Choose your hero. 10 seconds. Prepare for battle.
This is gonna sting!
Sound strategy. Sound strategy.
Yep.
30 seconds to battle.
Not bad at all.
Now the battle begins.
Denied! What blasphemy is this?
Try harder. Try harder.
That was lame. rounds of mess.
That worked? That worked!
Try harder.
Can't have it! Fights! did.
Is Naya going to let that middle tower fall?
Pay for thy lack. This is gonna stink.
Something good happening to Radiant's middle tower.
Try hard.
Not.
Ugh, stalker.
Stay out of my
Dire
sky.
don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tis mine. Burn forever in all hells.
Sound strategy.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Did Radiant's bottom tower? Don't answer that. Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems. Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower has some Radiant-shaped problems. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I do that?
Dire's middle tower is having a battle.
You're banished.
And over here, Radiant's top tower.
We shall not prevail. To death.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's structures are fortified. To Radiant's long It's also 3 days. Radiant's middle tower fortified. Radiant's Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? Look at Dire's bottom tower, Jax. Stand from Radiant.
Kiss me to frighten.
Radiant's getting friendly with Dire's bottom tower. Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Dire structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bounty.
Bid farewell to Dire's top tower. Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Jax thinks Radiant's bottom tower is about to fall. Radiant just fortified. Dire's top tower has some radiant-shaped problems. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pillars of mine. into my eye.
Try hard.
That was lame. Mortality!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Don't take that magnitude with me. Let's shake things up. Illusion!
Dire don't look too scared of Radiant's top tower.
Try harder.
Do Radiant want their middle tower?
Let's prospect.
Radiant just fortified.
Shout.
And over here, Radiant's top tower.
They want, then I will give it to them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is fallen. Radiant's middle barracks is fallen. Radiant's middle barracks. Not bad. Radiant's middle barracks is fallen. Do Radiant want their middle tower to fall? Radiant's middle tower is under attack.